Hello everyone, and welcome to the biology department at St Mary's College. We're really pleased to have you today. It's a pity that you couldn't come into college, but obviously with the COVID situation, we'll have to do this by distance learning. So welcome again, and I hope you enjoy the activities we've got for you. Thank you. Hello, I'd just like to introduce myself. My name is Mr. Kirk. I've been at St Mary's College since 2005. It's a long time. I originally came to St Mary's as the head of biology, but since then I've been promoted to the head of faculty. That's the Faculty of Science, Maths and Computing. So I'm one of the biology teachers within the department. I'd also like to introduce Mr. Harding, who's also a teacher of A-level biology, and he also teaches on some of the applied science courses. A very common question I'm asked is what sorts of things will I learn in A-level biology? So without going to too much detail at this occasion, this is the overview of the specification. And if you look at the different topic titles, topics 1, 2, 3, 4, we deliver those in the first year of the A-level, in year 12. And if you look at 5, 6, 7 and 8, we deliver those in the second year of the A-level, in year 13. Another very common question which I'm asked is how will I be examined? How will I be tested for my A-level? Like all the other A-levels on the new spec, it's all assessed by terminal exams. In other words, exams you'll sit at the end of your 2-year course. And in biology that consists of 3 papers. Paper 1 will test your knowledge of year 12 material. Paper 2 tests your knowledge of year 13 material. And paper 3 is what you might describe as a synoptic paper. That is the last paper you'll sit, and that could test knowledge from either year 12 or year 13. And the idea is to see that you've understood topics and how they all link together. In addition to the 3 exam papers which we've just mentioned, the exam board require all biology students to do 12 required practicals. There are 6 which we do in year 12 and 6 which we do in year 13. While these don't affect your A-level biology grade, you will be assessed on your practical skills, and assuming you've required the skills required, then you will get an extra certificate of practical competency, which some universities, a lot of universities, are very interested that you've achieved those practical skills. Another thing many students are interested in is what sorts of careers or what courses at university might I go on to if I've studied A-level biology. It is a difficult question to answer because the possible places you might go or subjects you might study is enormous. So on this slide, I've just put down a few of the student destinations that we've seen people go off to in the past. There will obviously be many other things that you might get into. In addition to your biology lessons, we try to organise quite a few other activities or enhancements that you can get involved with in the whole of the science department, including biology. The one I've put on this slide is the Biology Olympiad competition, which is a national competition open to all students studying A-level. And we have many students enter this every year. It's useful because you can not only enjoy taking part, but you can also record this on your personal statement when you're applying to university or for jobs to show that you've had extra interest in this particular subject. We had, as you can see in this picture, Olivia, who actually got a gold medal, which is a real achievement. You're in the top couple of percent of people in the whole country if you get a gold medal. So, well done to Olivia. The next few slides just show some individual success stories from students who've studied with us at St Mary's. You'll be able to read about what A-levels they studied, what grades they got in those A-levels, and quite importantly, what they've gone on to do after they've finished at St Mary's, in other words, their destinations. So have a read through each one. So normally on New Student Day, you'd be coming into college and we would do some practical work in the labs, and that practical work will be taken from the A-level syllabus. Obviously, due to COVID, we can't do that. So what we are going to do today is we're going to have a look at a particular topic from the A-level syllabus, and we're going to set you a little challenge based on that. So here's the slide we saw earlier, which is the A-level specification at a glance. So today we've decided to have a look at topic 2 on cells. As you know, all living things are made up of cells, so it seemed a sensible place to start on your New Student Day. So this slide shows us an extract from the spec, and it's a more detailed look at the topic of cells, and it lists lots of organelles which you would find inside a eukaryotic cell. So a eukaryotic cell are those that we see in plants and animals, and the organelles are, it literally means small organ. So like your body has a heart and kidneys and eyes and lungs and all the rest of it, inside a cell there are small organs that have a particular role to play within the cell. And we're going to look at 7 of these today, and that's the task we're going to set for you. I'm sure that when you've looked at the list on the previous slide, you'll be familiar with many of the organelles on that list from your studies at GCSE. While there'll be some things on the list you might not be too sure about or you've not heard about at all. So before you start on the challenge, have a look at the link below, which is a link to a video on YouTube, which will, in about 6 or 7 minutes, it runs through everything that's on the list and gives you a brief overview of what those organelles look like and what their function is. So I'd definitely have a look at that before you get on with the challenge proper. And obviously there's loads of resource on the internet. There'll be other similar YouTube videos. Have a poke around, do some research, a little bit of independent learning. So as it says on the slide, your challenge is to prepare some A-level notes on the structure and function of 7 organelles from the list which we looked at earlier. The 7 I want you to do are shown on the slides that follow on from here. I want to pay particular note that it's the structure and function that we want you to make notes on. And this is 2 different things. Structure refers to the sort of size, the shape, the parts that make up a particular organelle. Probably the easiest way to describe the structure is to have a labeled diagram of that organelle, and perhaps a few little sentences trying to describe it in words. The function, on the other hand, talks about the role or the job that that particular organelle does within the cell. What's it there for? What does it do? Which is different than the structure. So try to be distinct between describing the structure and separately describing the function. So good luck with your research. You should find loads of information on the internet readily available on these organelles which we've asked you to have a look at. Remember to distinguish between the structure and the function. Keep those separate, don't get it muddled up. And if you come back later on, when you've had a go, to part 2 of the A-level biology, we'll show you what we think would be good A-level notes on these 7 organelles, and you can see how your notes compare with the ones that we've got and get a little bit of feedback. Okay, so good luck with it, enjoy. You never know, in your research you might actually learn some stuff, which is the ultimate goal, so enjoy.